Becoming a Canadian citizen, it's a huge deal, a massive milestone. But let's be real, the path to get there can seem a little complicated. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the official process step by step to make that whole journey a lot clearer for you.
So let me ask you, are you ready to call Canada home for good? If that's something you're thinking about, or maybe even dreaming about, then you're in the right place. Let's dig into what it really takes. Think of us as your guide. We're going to use the official government process as our map, walking you through every single turn, from figuring out if you're even eligible, right up to that incredible moment you're holding your citizenship certificate. Okay, first things first. Before you even think about filling out a form or gathering documents, you have to know if you meet the core requirements. This is step one, the starting line. So let's find out if you're ready to begin. So think of these as the absolute non-negotiables. First and foremost, you have to be a permanent resident. You also need to prove you've actually been living here and filing your taxes. And of course, it's about showing you're ready to be part of the community, which means having some basic language skills and a general knowledge of the country. Now, this next one is super specific. The government needs to see that you've been physically present in Canada for at least 1,095 days in the last 5 years. Yep, that adds up to 3 full years. Basically, they want proof that you're not just a resident on paper, but that you've truly been living and breathing Canadian life. And it's not just about being here, right? It's also about contributing. You'll have to show that you filed your taxes for at least 3 of those past 5 years. This demonstrates your financial ties and responsibilities here in Canada. Now, this is a really key distinction, so pay close attention. Your age actually changes some of the rules. If you're between 18 and 54, you have to prove your language skills and pass that citizenship test. But if you're 55 or older, good news, you're exempt from both of those requirements. All right, so you've checked all the boxes and you're eligible. Awesome. Now comes the next phase, actually putting together your application. I like to think of this part as packing your bags for a really, really important trip. You've got to get it right. So, what exactly do you need to pack in that application? Well, you'll need the essentials, your PR card, that confirmation of permanent residence document, your passport, and your tax records. If it applies to you, you'll need language proof. And don't forget the photos. They have to be exactly right. And of course, that all-important receipt for the fees. Okay, lean in for this one, because if you only remember one thing from this part, make it this. Accuracy is everything. One tiny little mistake, one missing piece of paper, can set your application back by months. Seriously, double-check it, then triple-check it. Get a friend to check it. You get the idea. Okay, let's talk about the cost. For an adult applicant who's 18 or over, the fee is $630. For a minor, it's $100. This is something you'll pay online, and you absolutely have to include that payment receipt in your application package. All right, this is the big one, the main event. It's Form CIT-0002. Make sure you remember that name. And here's a pro tip. Always download the most recent version right from the government's website, because you don't want to fill out an old form. That's a surefire way to get delayed. Okay, deep breath. The application is in, it's sent, so now what? Well, you're on the final stretch. The finish line is actually in sight now. Let's walk through what these last few steps look like. Once you've submitted your application, the rest of the journey pretty much breaks down into these 4 major milestones. You'll take the citizenship test, then you'll wait for and receive a decision, and the grand finale is attending the citizenship ceremony. Seeing it like this makes it feel a lot more manageable, doesn't it? Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room for a lot of people. That's citizenship test. I know it can sound a little scary, maybe a bit intimidating, so let's pull back the curtain and see what it's really all about. First off, remember, this is for folks between 18 and 54. It's a 20-question multiple-choice test. And really, it covers the kinds of things you'd want to know anyway. Your rights and responsibilities, a bit about Canadian history, how our government works, and some geography. And then, after all the paperwork, all the waiting, all the studying, you get there. You reach the final destination. This is that moment you've been working so hard for. You finally arrived. The very last step, the one that makes it all official, is taking the oath of citizenship. And it's so much more than just reciting some words. It's a really powerful promise. It's you standing up and publicly declaring that you're all in, ready to embrace all the duties and privileges that come with being Canadian. And here it is, the physical proof of everything you've worked for, your Canadian Citizenship certificate. It's not just a piece of paper. It's the official document that says, welcome, you belong here. It's the start of a whole new chapter. So once you're holding that certificate, a whole new chapter kicks off. All the rights, all the freedoms, all the opportunities of being a citizen are officially yours. The path to get here is done, and the only real question left is, what will your Canadian story be?